we're dropping down like 4 times more right now than men. And so I just thought that was really, really, really interesting because I want you guys to wrap your head around who do you know, or maybe don't know, but you know Susie, who's going to lead you to Jeannie, that's waiting for you to move because they're literally on their knees right now in tears going, how am I going to pay my bills? So I really want to just kind of put that in perspective of what's going on in the world. 865,000 women in the last month across the U.S. These are not made up facts, I promise you. These are real. So I'm going to have you pass these out. All right, so I'm going to give you some very, very basic skills. You're probably like, okay. You might not get a whole lot out of Andrea, but hopefully you do. So here's the thing. If you don't know the basics, the problem is that we aren't building strong consultants. And if you want to move up into leadership, I don't know how many of you want to be in that red or that car, okay? But you have to know the basics because you're going to be leading by example. And we don't want just you out there recruiting. We want strong consultants. So the first thing that I want to go over is understanding, and this is going to be like super, super brief, but it's understanding IPAs. Lisa, make sure I have an IPA sheet. Perfect. All right. So while she's passing that out, I'm not going to for the sake of time, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We're all grown, right? We can read. But I want you to understand what an income producing activity looks like. Okay. And the reason for that is because labeling product, reorganizing things, reloading your cars, washing your mirrors, scrolling on Pinterest for Christmas ideas for what you can do in your Mary Kay business, that is not the same as income producing activity. I tell people I earned my first car, became a sales director, and I knew how to do like 3 or 4 things on Mary Kay InTouch. Put an agreement in, run a credit card, place an order. So 3 things. That was it. I didn't need to know anything else. I was working 3 jobs and I was pregnant with my oldest. And I was commuting over an hour and 15 minutes one way every single day. I did not have time to mess with the things that did not bring me income. If I could facial it or sign it, I didn't touch it.
Amen.
Okay? I'm just saying. All right. I was very intentional. So if you are busy, you have to be very intentional. Very intentional. Okay. So we can read on the very top. It talks about what income producing activities are. So this is what your focus needs to be. If you're not focused in the area and you're telling me you're working Mary Kay, I don't really know what that is, but that's not working your Mary Kay business. All right, if you look at the very bottom, it shows you part-time, full-time, and if you want to be a sales director, you guys do the literal math as far as how many activities you need to do. It's all right there. A lot of times you guys may say, oh, if I just knew what to do, I would do it. Well, guess what? You know what to do now. You can't say that anymore. You cannot say that anymore. My favorite thing that Donna Sweeney also said, she's a national sales director. I think I heard it as a DIQ. She said, once you purchase that starter kit, once you sign your beauty agreement, you've lost the ability to forever say, I can't afford it. Switch those words. It's a lot harder to say I'm willing to work for it. Because we have a business that we can always do more if we need more or if we want more. So it is a choice. And I'm sorry, I'm probably screaming and spitting on all the women. All right. That pregnancy thing, you know, the saliva thing, that I never had that before this pregnancy. Apparently there's excess saliva when you're pregnant. I didn't have that with my first too. Okay. All right, so are we good on this? Clear? All right, perfect. If you're not, get with your director. I don't have time for that. All right. Okay, all right. The other thing that I want you guys to get in the mindset of it's living on the offense and not living on the defense, not reacting to what life is throwing at you. Because I think that most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. We know that that's a fact. And so when life happens, not if, but when life happens, they're like, oh crap, I don't have the money for this. So it's time to get out of that mindset. And if nothing else, how many here are parents? Okay, who wants to live a better example for them?
Come on.
Okay, and that starts like children I don't care how grown they are, they're watching us. So we are leading that. We are like living and leading by example. So it's time to switch. Like it's not waiting to work for something when you need it. It's working for it before you need it. Because eventually you're going to need it. Okay. So I'm, again, basic skills. It's what are you working towards? What are you walking into a new month with? And like I trained on Tuesday night, the 29th, not this past Tuesday, but the last Tuesday, it's going into a new month. And my mind, I have to be able to break down a month before I walk into the month. The reason for that is because I know if I walk in October 1 with no bookings, I'm like, oh crap, I'm already behind.
Yeah.
That's the mindset I want you guys to have. That like, it's October 1, I got big goals and I'm walking in with nothing. Because now you're behind versus ahead. October 1st, I think I had 5 parties the first week of October. 5 parties by the first or this 7th. So that first week was over and I had 5 appointments that I personally held. I love that because you're starting your month strong with intention and ahead. Okay, so 2 areas that you can track, 2 things you can track. Perfect start or power start. That is your second page. Okay, perfect or power. You choose, I don't care if you're like, girl, I'm here to move mountains. I got many bills to pay. I have a card that's got to be earned. I'm going to tell you to track a double power start or a perfect power, whatever you want to call it. And I don't care what level you want to be in Mary Kay, pick one. Because I truly believe if you want to make money in Mary Kay, you've got to be doing at least 1, if not 2, or 3 of these. Okay? Make sense? With that said, on the bottom, Tracy, let me see your sheet real quick. It shows you under the face, the name, and the date, obviously, that the appointment was held. I'm going to even say write down 1 or 2 next to it, like first or second, like if it's their first appointment or second appointment. Below that, sales. This is not including tax. This is just, if you sold a miracle set, it's $110. Follow me? Not $110 plus your sales tax. And the interest is if they were interested in the opportunity. So the way I train my girls, it's A, B, or C. I don't know. I think that's how everyone pretty much does it. Just like if they're interested, not interested, or kind of on the fence. Like just write that down. Because at the end of the month, what you guys are going to be able to see is like if nobody had any interest and you saw 20 faces, I have a feeling that out of 20 faces, a couple of them should have and could have been interested. So maybe we need to tweak a little bit how we're presenting the opportunity. That sheet's going to show you a lot. If you're seeing a lot of low sales, okay, maybe it's getting with your sales director and going, okay, how can I tweak my opening or my closing? Because I find that the products truly people love, but sometimes it's our opening or especially our closing that we're losing people. So if you're actually, I'm going to challenge you because here's the thing. It's like, if you're a dog owner, I have 2 dogs. I have an old 7-year-old that is freaking amazing, and I have a really challenging 4-month-old puppy. But if I don't work with that puppy now, I'm breaking bad habits and I'm retraining. It's so much easier for me to train her right out of the get-go. So you guys all being brand new, not to compare you to a puppy, but you know, it's so much easier to get in the habit right now because practice sometimes doesn't just make perfect, but it makes permanent. So if you don't start implementing things now, it's harder to go back and go, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that and I never did for the last 6 months, and now I'm having to constantly write notes to myself. Make sense? So that sheet, track it, date, sales, and level of interest. Out of that perfect start or that power start, if you're doing a perfect, that's 15. I want 5 of them to be glamour, makeup, dash out the door, like new fall looks, whatever you want to call it, okay? And I am somebody that truly will say, I get it, and I hear it all the time, so I know women are always like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared of makeup. I don't do makeup. I'm scared of, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't have to. Like, literally, I pulled an Andrea the other day. I foundation matched someone, she bought $250. It's that simple, you guys. Cosmetics are an emotional buy. It's like waving like something shiny at a bird. You're like, ooh, pretty. And there's like no thought behind it. Skincare is like sometimes going to the dentist. Like you don't really want to go, but you know you need to. So it's kind of harder to be like, oh, why do I need this? I'm 20, my skin's perfect, lady. Okay. Makeup, it's like, ooh, pretty. And like that's it. So I'm telling you when I say this, like I put in perspective for my girls a couple Tuesdays ago. What if you saw like 10 faces a day? I'm like, is that my timer already? What if you saw, all right, not 10 faces a day, but 10 faces in a month? Or 20 faces. We'll go with 20 faces in a month. And half of them could have been glamour, but you didn't book them. What if each one of those glamour appointments you could have profited $100? That's $1,000 a month that you're literally leaving on the table and you're just not grabbing. That's what I got. I want you guys to know that glamour is that it's simple. We make it up to be this big thing in our head and it's not. So if you're doing a perfect start, 5 of them I want to be glamour. If you're doing a power start, 10 of them I want to be glamour. Or second appointment, dash out the door, 5-minute look. Or you could say a new fall lipstick. Like, hey, would you be willing to be on my test panel to try our new fall lipsticks or new lip glosses? I mean, you guys, you just have to ask. The problem is we're afraid to ask, so we're not asking. You guys are all brand new. You've all been in less than a year. I know for a fact, you know, people that you haven't facialed yet, or that you've facialed, but you have not booked that second appointment with. So I don't want to hear like, oh, I don't have any. Yes, you do. I guarantee that you do. If you don't, then give me your phone and I'll go through and I'll book all your friends and family. And you'll be like, oh man, I'm so mad that I just lost thousands of dollars because Andreas called them and asked and I didn't. Like, you would not like that, I promise. Okay, so we know that faces take you places. I'm going to be honest. If you are wanting to move and move fast, if you're wanting to earn a car, if you're wanting to become a sales director, if you don't want to turn your ears off for a second, if you do want it, I'm going to tell you part T's, not faces. Why are we working so hard if we don't have to? If you're like, hey, I want to earn a car and become a sales director, we don't have time. 30 individual faces or 45 individual, that sounds exhausting. Literally, that sounds exhausting to me. I bet you 95% of the skincare appointments I book are 4 or more. I can't remember the last one-on-one. Tracy, I think you and your daughter might have been the smallest that I've had in forever. And it was still 2. So, work smarter, not harder, be more efficient with your time. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you too that if you are busy, and I mean like genuinely busy, not someone that's like, I'm so busy and you're really not. Okay. I want to like just kind of like put a thought in your head about a power day. Okay, so if you like back in the day, and I typically don't do 3 sessions anymore. I normally do 2. I do like an 11 and a 2 on a lot of Saturdays. But back in the day, pregnant, working 3 jobs. I like I said, I wasn't messing around. I didn't have time to mess around. I had like Monday nights, and I had Saturdays, and I had some Sundays. And so the way that I did it is by literally doing power days. So if you're seeing like 3 parties on a noon, a 3, and a 6. I know this is exhausting. Again, keep in mind, if you have a goal to become a sales director, or earn a car, or hit something, or pay something off, or buy something in your Mary Kay business through your Mary Kay business, this is like National Sales Director Jane Stradawa said one time. This is, you have to work like this now, but not forever. Mm-hmm. I think it was Jane. I don't care who said it. Somebody said it was powerful. So I go back 8 years ago to that 5 hard, like, you think I'm panting now, man. You should have seen me, 8 years ago. 5 months of devoted, intentional work, and I'm still reaping the fruit of that 8 years later. Thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm. Debt-free, 6 cars. I mean, you guys, seriously. Okay, so power days look like this. You have maybe a noon, a 3, and a 6. If you're working out of a studio, this is the time to really utilize your studio because everything's happening at your studio. If you're not working out of the studio, maybe it's looking like 2 days or you just need more space in between. But if you have 3 parties in a day and you have 5 people to come in at each party, which I feel like for me is very average. Right now, my average party is 6. So I'm going to lower that to 5. That's 15 people in a day. You guys could be seeing a perfect start in a day. And maybe you don't book that every Saturday, but what if you did? What's 15 times 4? 60. 60. That's a double power start working 4 days a week. And worst case scenario, like 2 parties cancel. I mean, oh my gosh, you're still seeing a like a perfect power, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys, seriously, there's ways that you can work this smart and efficiently while still having a very hectic life. All right, so I'm not going to hit any more on that because I have a lot more things to cover. Okay. All right, the other reason why it's important to track your number of sales, because when you have that future recruit one day or that annoyed spouse that go, well, you were in sales and there's no guarantee what you're actually going to sell. Yeah, there is. Because if I know my average face is $110 a face, and I know that I never see less than 50 faces in a month, I can 100% tell you what I'm going to make in my business. 100%. Even I'm going to use Tracy as an example. She had a very small debut. And even though there was only 3 women there, you sold what, 372?
It was a little over 4.
A little over 4 at your debut? Okay, perfect. A little over 4. That's still, and one person bought a lot, one person bought a little, and one person was like middle of the road.
And a new team.
And a new team member. But my point with that is that even though Erin bought a lot and there was 2 Rachels, one of the Rachels bought a little, it still balanced out. And as a matter of fact, it just, Erin and Rachel had bought, and the middle Rachel didn't buy anything, it still would have been $310, or like over $350, which would have been $110 a face. You follow me? Okay. And if your face average is not that high, that's okay. Give yourself time for that, please. Like truly, you're going to grow into that. Okay. So, but you get why I just want you to understand the importance of tracking your sales, because it's going to reveal a lot. Same with if you're tracking A, B, or C. If nobody's interested, like I said, it's showing you that, ooh, there might be a gap there. All right. All right. So, all right. The other thing too, when it comes to booking, WIIFM, what's in it for me? What is your hostess program? What are you offering? It's double credit month, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like, and you're new, you should be excited. This is the time to like truly move. Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. But at the end of the day, people want to know, what do I get? You get a face. I'm helping you hit a goal, but what am I getting? So we want to make sure that we have a hostess program, number 1. Number 2, that it's a good one. And if you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing there, get with us. We won't talk about hostess programs right now. And like Lisa said, stop asking people to buy and start asking people to help you hit a goal. Mm-hmm. Did I quote that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Fine. All right. And like Jasmine, what did she say yesterday? Asking them to buy is different than asking them to help you with a goal, or however she said that. I don't know, but that was good. Okay. So, and there's a difference too, you guys, between talking about it and actually asking and obtaining it. Let me give you an example. If I was like, hey girl, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. We're chatting back and forth. And I go, I'm in Mary Kay and I'd love to like offer you fish. Oh, okay. You would? Okay. All right, sweet. All right, well, all right, I'll text you.
Wait, when?
You know, when we're new, we're kind of like, I get it. It's scary. It's new. It can be intimidating. Us talking about it is not the same as me going, well, what works for you? Weekends or nights? Like literally putting her on your calendar in your date book. You follow me? There's a lot of talking, but not a lot of asking. It's the same with when somebody walks out of your party and you're like, oh, well, would you be interested in like booking like a second appointment? And you're like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll call you. Well, now she might not answer the phone because she know why you calling. Okay, or sometimes if you don't get it up front, it's harder to go back to them because you feel like you kind of already talked about it. And maybe if she was interested, she would have been like, yeah, let's book it right now. No, like, you follow me here? So same with the opportunity. There's a lot of people. 2 nationals, Kristen Ellis and Kim Walker, when she was growing who, and I forget who was ahead of who, but we'll say, I think Kim was the senior, right? Mm-hmm. And Krista was always like, I got this girl that wants to join. And Kim would go, okay, great, I'll follow up with her. And what she found over and over and over is that they wanted to join, but they were never asked. That the beauty agreement was never put in front of them. That was it. She's like, girl, you got it all right. You're saying all the right things. The interest is there. You just aren't literally asking. and having them fill out a piece of paper. So sometimes you guys, when people are interested and I'm in an appointment, I'm just like, I'm a visual person. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna lay this paper in front of you because I need you to fill it out, but I'm a visual person. So this is what you would need to fill out to get your, your order form for your kid. And then I walk away. And it's amazing how many times I turn around and they're like, you guys, it's that simple. We're just not actually giving them what they need. So second little tip is make sure you've got beauty drinks with you at all times.
With that, I got an email saying that they're only doing so do we still have them fill it out and then go back in and do it online ourselves, or how do we do that?
Oh, you want me to answer?
I mean, I'm gonna still have them fill it out. Aren't you?
Okay, so no one record us for 3 seconds. It is not proper to have someone fill out a paper agreement.
Yeah.
Are we going to do it? Yep. Are we going to talk about it? Nope. Because here's the thing, it's just, I'm gonna have you go home, Nika, and then I'm gonna have you log in and check your email, and then
Way too much.
she's not doing it. I'm never gonna see Nika again. No.
You follow me though?
Okay, that makes sense.
The ball's in your court. We want the ball in our court. I'm a
Yeah.
control freak, so yeah, I'll say it. I won't want to do it myself.
Yeah.
Plus, they
Yeah.
might start going, wait, I read in there that about 225, and why is that? No, just do it. Okay. All right. So the other thing that I want to just throw out there too when it comes to booking. So these are booking tips. So when booking, hostess program. If you didn't write it down, figure it out. If you don't have it figured out, figure it out. Okay. Stop asking people to buy. Start like sharing your goal. Okay, people, it's kind of like, like Lisa said, nobody wants to buy cookies, but when somebody comes to you and says, hey, I need to sell 2 dozen more cookies for my son's bazaar at school, you're not going to say no to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same concept, okay? So number 3, there's a difference between asking or talking about it and asking. Number 4, how many times have you tried? We're not going to go into that right now, too. If you don't know what the 20-day booking script is, get with your sales director, okay? It takes more than one attempt to obtain most bookings with most individuals. And that's not you being pushy, that's you just being professional and following up and doing your job. So get the whole, I don't want to be pushy out of your head right now. Because my dentist office sometimes has to be like, hey, it's been 6 months. When do you want to schedule? Okay, you follow me? All right. Number 5, when booking, I can book one person and turn it into a party all day long. And I think I eliminate the word party. But I would say, so Addie and I booked an appointment. I mean, sometimes I get her hype, I get her excited, and I just go, girl, I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, as women, we don't even pee by ourselves, right? We take someone to the bathroom with us. So if you want to share this appointment with a couple girlfriends, you're more than welcome to. And then you also get extra bonuses for being a hostess. And so, I mean, that's literally all that I say. That's it. That's literally all that I say. All right, I'm going to give myself 3 minutes. All right, we're good with that? 3 minutes? All right. So it's getting one person sometimes excited and just using words instead of party. Like if you want to share it with 2 or 3 girlfriends. And if you're, again, working out of a studio, before they can say no, I say that, if it's easier to come and book it in my studio, great. Otherwise, I can come to you. Whatever you're offering, I always throw out what I'm offering before they can say no. Because some people are like, oh my gosh, I have 4 kids and 3 dogs and 2 cats. And my husband's going to kill me if I have people in my house. Or we hear party and we think food and wine and all these things. And I'm not a baker and I don't want to host. It doesn't have to be like that. We want them to know you get blank when you have 2 or more friends join you. That's what we want them to know. All right, so after they buy, follow-ups. These are some other basic skills. So we kind of talked about what IPAs are. We talked about what our goal is, tracking faces. We talked about some booking tips, follow-up tips. Okay, so we offer a service. That is what sets us apart from Clinique and Ulta Beauty and Sephora. And by the way, Ulta Beauty, Clinique, and department stores are literally declaring bankruptcy left and right now. All right, just a side note. So when people again are like, I don't want to be pushy, if you really are worried about that, you will never be pushy. Let me just tell you and assure you of that. But again, we offer a service. If you don't want to offer a service, then maybe you should leave her. I hate saying that. But you guys, that's the beauty of being like their beauty consultant, is we get to check in with them. And you guys, literally sometimes my follow-ups are like, hey Susie, it's Andrea just checking in to see if you have any skincare needs or makeup questions. Is that pushy? No. And what's awesome about that is they will actually, the girl that I checked in with the other day, she's one of my best customers. She lives all the way in California. Her name is Kim. She said, I've developed alopecia. I was like, sweet, I can talk to her about that because guess what I got in my last pregnancy? It's like a discoloration of melanin above your lip, typically in your forehead. Sweet. And because of one question that I texted her, she bought like over $156 yesterday in product. If you're not following up again, you're losing hundreds of dollars a week. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, so 2 + 2 + 2. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. You guys learn this in new consultant training. If you've not done new consultant training, get on new consultant training. Even if you've been in for 8 months, get on new consultant training. Why this is important? Because when people buy from us, I'm going to go over on time, Lisa. When people buy with us, so out of breath. You want to make sure, number one, that they love it, that they know when and how to use it, okay? That they know when and how to use it. If they don't know how to use it, they won't use it. If they don't know what order to use it in, they won't use it. So you're literally just doing a super sweet, hey girl, just wanted to make sure the foundation works for you. Was it the right shape? Maybe it was dark in her kitchen and you knew, you were like, oh, this lighting was not good. I've done that. I'm real good at foundation matching, but I've been in some real bad lighting. Okay? How's the skincare? Some people, you're going to have people go, I don't know if I'm normal dry or combination oily, right? And so maybe they thought they were normal dry and they found out in 3 days they'll know if they were in the wrong formula. So if they say everything's great, I'm like, so you know in what order to use things? Do you want a cheat sheet, order of application? I'm asking those questions. After that 2-day check-in, I say, if it's cool, I'm just going to check in a couple of weeks. Because that's just one of the things that we get to do is this is not me pestering you. This is me. Is that cool? What's your preferred method of check-in? Text, call, email. Guess what most people say? Text. Takes literally 2 seconds. Put everything in your notes. If you need to copy and paste and change the name, change the name. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be this long, stinking long paragraph book of a text, okay? And don't ask a million questions. Just check in. When they respond, then you can ask more questions. You follow me on that? At the 2-week mark, I'm setting an expectation, which then makes them not annoyed. They have an understanding, and it gives me permission to check in every couple months. Because I said the way that, we're trained in Mary Kay is, and that's what you get when you get, a beauty consultant. You don't get that at Sephora counters. Is it cool if I check in with you every couple months just to make sure you don't have any questions or needs? That's it, you guys. You're setting that level of expectation. And so it gives us permission, okay? Another thing I want you guys to write down, 3 times. They have to buy 3 times in order for you to call them a consultant. And I'm going to use the word woo. You are going to woo them until they have bought that 3rd time. That does not mean after that 3rd time that you guys can just ignore them, okay? But work for them. In the salon industry, you literally had to, we knew when you came back to us for the 3rd time, I can honestly say you were my client. Before then, it was not a thing. All right. The 3rd time was huge. In your notes section, basic information too. When you are putting them in your database, in your customer base at Mary Kay in Touch, some things that I'll ask is, are you seasonal? Like with your skin type, meaning some people get really dry in the winter and they get really oily in the summer. I'm making a note of that. Does your skin color change? Mine drastically changes from July to January. I'm like 2 different shades of people, okay? And so I'm putting that in the note section. I'm putting wish list items in the note section. Because when I'm following up with that in January and they bought from me in July, guess what they probably need? A foundation match. And that foundation match, I can literally go to them and sell $200 all day long every day. Because I'm putting on brows really quick. I'm showing them the new lip glosses. I mean, seriously, a foundation match, I can do a lot with a foundation match. Okay, bro. I'm almost done. That's it. Okay. All right. The other thing I want you guys to get in the mindset of is a farmer. My husband farms over 4,000 acres. Oh, tell me about it. It's harvest time, okay? I'm a farmer's widow this time of year. But not, and again, if you're a parent, let's change our kid, like let's change for our children to set the example of stepping out of a crisis mode mindset. Because there's going to be a lot thrown at us in life. And if we stopped working every time a crisis happened in the real world, we would not pay bills. We would not be paying our mortgage. We would not have a car. We wouldn't have gas to put in our car. We wouldn't have money for the gas to put in our car. You follow me? If you respect this and treat this like an actual business that it could be, and a paying job that it could be, you guys are going to soar. It's that simple. When life happens, the first thing people drop is Mary Kay. And I'm going to ask you to stop that. Because right now my husband could stop and I can pay all the bills, pay off all the debt, thank you, Mary Kay, in 22 months. Because I've always treated and respected this like a business. So get out of that crisis mode, that when crises happen, I just have to slow down my mirror or stop my bit. No. Because here's the other thing too, and a farming model that my husband would always say, if you rest, you rest. If brand new, and trust me, like our new combine that they bought, it's a Class A combine over $650,000. If that thing, even though it's brand new, if it sits for too long, it will rust. Plain and simple. It will rust. So when you guys rest and start and stop and start, it's a lot of energy. Just do it and go. And if you're like, I want a directorship, put your blinders on and run for it, and then you can slow down. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to talk about or end with. Sorry, I'm always over. Where's my card? She actually gave me. Okay, where's my cards?
Oh, they're under your. Oh, I see them under the.
Oh, and I knocked over the camera.
I'll do that. You do your cards.
Okay. I'll let you.
Yep, I got you.
And that's gonna.
I got
there
you.
we go.
You go.
All right. All right. So I saw this forever ago, and can I borrow your? I'm just gonna have you like hold this up right there. Can that be like a little table?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be team building. This is gonna be sales. This is gonna be cancellations, parties. This is how I want you to just know your business is gonna go. And this is not me trying to say that, you know, again, it's just setting a level again of expectation. I think sometimes, you know, our first no is really hard. If you have a zero party, that's really hard. And so I just hear me out here. Okay. So life is like a deck of cards. And if anybody knows cards, right, then we know what you're looking for. And obviously a 10 is better than a 2. Your first party maybe was a 5. Not great. You're like, dang, but this Mary Kay was fired. Party. Okay. You know what? Back in the day, they used to not even give you your starter kit until you had 5 parties on your books. And this is what Mary Kay knew, and they were so smart. Part of me is like, I wish we could go back to that, but we aren't disciplining ourselves like we were then. We aren't disciplining our kids like they used to be. Probably should be, okay? But what Mary Kay knew is that women honored commitments 57 years ago. If I booked 5 parties, I was going to dog on it, hold 5 parties. And even if I quit after that 5th party, I was going to hold through to my commitment and finish those 5 parties. Mary Kay was smart. She knew by the 5th party, you were going to be like, oh man, this is fun. I can do this. I made money. First one might have been shaky. The second one might have been a little bit shaky, but not as bad as the first. By the 3rd, you're like, I kind of got this thing, and I made some money. By the 4th one, you're like, I know exactly what I'm doing. By the 5th one, you're like, I freaking killed it.
Yeah.
Give yourself 5 parties, 5 glamours, 5 interviews, 5 whatever. Okay. Third party. Oh, look at that. I got this. Oh, I did not stack the deck, guys. By the 2nd, our 4th party. Okay, this is life. Not everything's gonna be perfect and peachy. Okay, I've had better, but not the worst. Right, it was better than the 2 first 5s that I had. And okay, there's another one. It's a 6. Oh, boom! That girl was fired. Your first recruit might not do anything. Your second recruit might not do anything. Your 3rd recruit might rent a car and become a sales director in 1 month. Just saying. All right. Oh, 6 again. Oh, 10. Okay, that one wasn't that bad. Okay, 3. That was probably the worst one I've had. 8. Jack got another on fire party. Another on fire consultant. 7. Okay, had better. 9. Okay, that one was mediocre. I can do that. 10. That one was better. King. Boom. Slammed it. First $1,500 party in 2 hours. You walked away $750 profit. The next one, you're just gonna not talk about. This is real, guys. 10, all right, average 425. That's the average Friday. 450. All right, I can do that. I still made money. I still made over $200 in 2 hours. King again. Woo! All right, you guys get where I'm going with this. This is how it is.
Yeah.
And I want to set that level. Thank you, darling. I want to set that level of expectation because I don't want you to walk away from your first no sale or your first recruit saying I'm never going to recruit someone again because she didn't do blank. Just know that people are. You just got to keep just handing out the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, that's all I got. All right.
Wow, that was profound. Raise your hand if you have anything that you want to speak life into Andrea. Praise absolute love.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Your hands are.
Oh, give me something. All of it. That's like when people go, I loved everything.
I'll share.
What was your favorite?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you do that?
Being busy, like,
Oh, yeah.
man,
You
like,
got
I feel that so hard. Like,
Here, you turn.
sometimes it's just like, oh,
I got you.
where am I gonna find
Sure.
time to do this? But you do find time to do it, and you can find time to be profitable, and it's definitely possible. I like make it a business and don't drop it. When life happens, I have to find stuff like that because life happens a lot. Yes, yeah. I need to drop my medication. It's more important.
That's a good one.
So I've just been like holding back a little bit because I'm like, oh, I haven't really debut party yet. I don't really know enough. Like I just started like maybe last month, like mid-September to the end of September, and I just feel like it just gave me like a track. Like I want goals. I've been debating going live, and like now I want to just go home and like, oh my God, guys, like tomorrow, please come. Like, you know, and so that was really motivational.
Cool. Thank you guys. Andrea, your power.
Yeah.
Get like yours.
That's yours. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have one.
All right, you guys. The next person that's going to come up and talk is actually my very own mother. She just became a brand new sales director. She's been with me since my DIQ journey, so director of qualification. She joined to help me become a sales director, and she didn't do anything for a whole year. And she ordered one order.
One kid.
One kit.
Done.
And then in October, she was like, I've seen you change. So she really wanted to become a part of this, and she came in like a wrecking ball. She came in and she became a sales director, top 2% of the company, and she's on target for her first car. So give it up for my mom. All right, Mom, we're on it.
Okay, my name is Kimberly Kayanik, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Brand new sales director, like she said. Beautiful lady sitting in the back there. I'm so glad that you came. Your pal over there. My heart, all you ladies.
And Ellen.
And of course, Alan. I was going to get to him in the middle, so. But this is my first time speaking to this many beautiful women. And I'm just going to be right with you here, okay? Not over here, but with you. And I really want you to hear, okay? I worked so hard on this training. But because I wanted it to be deep enough to move you, okay? Because that's what you all want to do, right?
Amen.
You want to go to the next level of your business, your career, if you want to make it that. I do. And I did.
Right.
So that's how you have to think. Okay, so we're going to talk about movement. Okay? Emotionally and physically. Because that's what you have to do. Well, you don't have to, but you're all here, right? So you moved, that's one step. That's your first step. Your beautiful eyes. That's why you look at your eyes. Okay, stop, Kim. See, look, I'm getting off the bat. She's beautiful eyes. Anyways, I've come to learn that people cross your path for a reason. A lot of them stay, okay? But there's some that will move you out of that comfort zone. So that's what I want to try to do with you today, is to get you out of that comfort zone. Because you have to. It's just something you have to do. Fear, forget about it. Just do it. Just tell yourself, I'm going to do it, and you do it. But you can't grow if you're not willing to feel awkward, uncomfortable. So what are we all going to do? We're going to grow. Feel awkward. So what I'm going to tell you now, I just want you to really hear it. So when you embark upon this journey towards your goals and your dreams, this requires bravery and also courage to remain on this path. There were times I was scared. I was like, ooh, you know, you feel like you're walking a tightrope sometimes, but if you want it, just go. It don't have to take you long either. You know, what was mine? It wasn't long for where I got to be a director. You know, I just decided, well, the first year, as she said, I was just there, you know, and then I decided to go with it, and I did. But again, you have to have that bravery and courage. And just tell yourself, I'm going to stay on this path. And you just got to keep moving. And you can't stop. You just move. So the bridge that merges the two of bravery and courage is commitment. And I'll say that again. The bridge that merges the two is commitment. You got to have that commitment, because if you don't, you might as well go back to square one and try again. So every day you have to get up, do your list of 6 things, and just tell yourself, I'm going to be committed to this. And when you elevate your aim, okay, and this is what really caught me, because when you elevate that, it creates a judge, meaning the ideal you, okay? So then you're like, oh my, you know, and you still have that fear, but you realize that you're held accountable now for every movement, okay? And that's what really got me to go. Every day I knew, okay, you know, there's going to be days you don't feel like it. There's going to be days at the end of the day, if you have a couple of people that say no, or if you're struggling to communicate with your clients, or party's not going well, but it's all goes back to the mindset of, oh, I'm going to have this party and this is going to be so positive. But in most cases it is, but it's your mindset, how you go into it. So if you go into it going, well, I don't care if Sally's here, you know, I have Bridget, you know, I don't know about Bridget, she brought her husband. But if you have that mindset, that's what you're going to take away from it.
But we have men's products to sell too.
Right, but this husband probably didn't want to come. So, just there. But if you go, I swear, and it does, if you go into your parties and your virtual facials and with the mindset that I'm going to move this, and I'm going to make this happen, it's a total success. You know, and just like Andrea said, you can do so many in a day, so many in a week. Why waste that? There was a woman in front of me last night at Panera Bread. I just was Panera, what you know where I was, right?
She called it Panero yesterday. I was like, no.
It's Panera, whatever it is. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this lady's really taking a long time. Okay, I just wanted a coffee, and she was getting like 8 orders to go. So I thought, no, I'm digging in my purse now because I gave her my card. I told her what beautiful skin she had, even though she had a mask on. But from what I could see, she did. And I thought, I'm not going to get frustrated with this beautiful woman. I'm just going to give her my card. You know? So while we were there, okay, I'm going, but I'm just saying. Oh, like, okay. So I thought, while she's doing $130 worth of food, I want $130 worth of business.
Yeah.
Did I get her?
Yeah.
You know I did. I said, your face is beautiful and I want to borrow it.
Oh, nice.
Done deal. She goes, you're Mary Kay. She said, I seen that pink Cadillac. I'm like, well, it's not mine, but they're theirs. But I said, yes. And she goes, oh, look at you all congregating over there at that one table, which that's where we ate. And I said, I know you're frustrated with the guy. He was kind of new. So I had to make her happy, but yet I made me happy. You know, because I met her and I gave her my card. And I apologize that I didn't have any packs or samples in my purse. And she goes, oh, girl, I'll call you on Tuesday. I've been trying to find a Mary Kay girl. You can't find one anywhere. Why is that? Yes, you can. So anyways, this is movement. That's what I did. So if they're in front of you at the store, just say, hey,
6 feet rule.
Yeah.
you're so beautiful. Well, I would like to give you this. Yeah. You can call me. I'd love to do a facial with you. But what they like is when you tell them they're beautiful and you want to borrow their face. She said, oh, and she pulled the mask. And she smiled. It was just nice. And I just wanted a cup of coffee, but I met her.
Yeah.
And people won't think you're strange. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was just, okay, I better get back to stuff. She always says, don't go in a rabbit hole. Don't go in a rabbit hole. So anyways, I elevated my aim when I went after her because she was just in front of me. You could do it at a grocery store too. Even a drive-through. Just say, hey, even after you place your order. Be like, hey, I'm going to give you my card whenever I get up there. But anyways, just stop and think, what would this look like for you right now? Just picture it if you stepped out of that comfort zone. Just think of something that you really want to do but have been afraid to do with your business. Or somebody that you want to ask about doing a facial or sharing the opportunity, but you're kind of afraid. But today, I want you to move on that. So when you leave here, I want you to move on that note. Just say, Kim said. Move. Mama Kim. So I want you to formulate that idea. Like visualize it, formulate it, even do a vision board. Vision boards are so powerful. That's what I did. And every day you get up and you look at that and you add to it and you say, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. And this is how I'm going to finish. Do you know what it was like to finish? I can't even begin to tell you. And all of you are beautiful. And my team is, I can't even go there about my team right now, but they're beautiful and they're strong. And I love that they have that power. You know, they're silent, but they're powerful and they move. And that's what I want everybody to do is just say, this is what I'm going to write down. This is what I'm going to do. So you need to shed all of that old stuff, the old elements that are no longer you, because you're here today, right? So when you got up today, you're like, I got this commitment and I have to be there. And that's what you did. So you moved. step one. And you show them how strong you are. And you make it to that finish line. That's what you do. And you think back to this, you know. And I want you to move towards things that you value, you need, and you want. Don't settle, because I'll come after you. Don't settle, don't settle. You can't. This has to mean like your flexibility with your family, more time with your family, more money for your family. You know, you make that happen. That's movement. That's movement like emotionally and physically. You got to have it up here though before you make your feet go. Do you know what I mean? You got to go after that. Okay, I'm almost done, I promise. Start your adventure and feel your courage and your confidence, but most of all, your value. You know, a lot of you walk with your heads down. Stop doing that. You got to keep that up so they see you. You smile. You're confident. I notice a lot of women do that. And every time I see one that does, I stop them and say hello and tell them they need to walk with their head up. You will believe you didn't get all kind of dates for that. You get kind of appointments. But no, but it's really true. You know, and then you can go on and have a conversation. I want you to compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Yeah, like how you are today. But also not to who someone else is today. Never compare yourself to someone else. Because you are your own unique, beautiful you, yourself. And that's what you want to portray that. You want people to respect that. You know, and you go after that. Every big business starts small. Okay? You guys can do this. You can get to that red jacket. Woo! Oh. That's right. That's right. It's 3. Come on, 3. I mean, it'll happen. You just got to go after that. And the next time I see you all, I want to see that. Because you can. You're all beautiful. Even you, Alan. I can't leave Alan out. But I want you to aim for something for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Not for someone else. For you. Okay? And now what I'm going to say to you, this is like super powerful. It goes for you too, Alan. A woman is unstoppable after she realizes she deserves better. Can I get an amen? I'm going to say it again. A woman is unstoppable after she realizes she deserves better. How many of you in here think and know you deserve better? Good. And you ladies are because you're here. In your mind, there's everything you need to be successful in your life. Once your mind is truly unlocked, you become unstoppable. I became unstoppable.
Yes, you did.
Thank you. But it's true. It was up here. I had my emotions going right, the way I felt going right.
You almost quit a couple times.
A few times, yeah, it's stress. It can be stressful, but you got to get them wheels going back. You know what I mean? And I was just like hearted because I went for that finish line. And you will. Trust me, you will. If you think back on today and all these beautiful women that are going to speak to, even the ones that have, it's insane. It's insane where you can go and how you can change your life and your family. I mean, it's incredible. Now, here's a few ways I want you to write down of moving out of that comfort zone, okay? While working your business. I want you to ask your sales director to go out and put facial bags out with you. Okay, if you're not sure what facial bags are, your director will tell you. Okay, so that's imperative. You can put them out anywhere, and the response that you get from your facial bags is insane. It is. It's crazy insane. I want you to shadow your sales director when you can. Like when I do facial parties in home, Diane went with me, Carolyn, Michelle, Belinda, you're on your way because I will drag you. Raquel, she does her own thing and she's powerful as well. I want you to have parties. There's an S on the end of that word. Parties. Okay, if you do virtual, invite them all. You know, add them through Facebook Messenger. It's parties. If you don't want to do the in-home, do the virtual, do the Facebook Messenger, and you're right there in the comfort of your home. Making that money that you should be making, right? And why are you doing that? Because you deserve better, right? And who's going to do better? Everybody in here. Okay, set up a customer VIP page on Facebook if you haven't done that. Work it every single day. Every single day. Go live once a week. Just so they can see you. Forward is forward, okay? That's where you're going. I love you, Des. There's no change when there's no action. You want to stand in the corner? Go ahead. Because all these other women are going to pass you right on by. So that's what you got to remember. There's no change when there's no action. And don't stop until you're proud of yourself. Okay? Right here in your heart until you're proud. Just keep going. Because everybody's going to be at that finish line going, come on, girl, you got this. And what I want to leave you with is actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they want to be. Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they want to be. So I want you ladies and gentlemen to move into who you're destined to be. Got my heart. I love you. Thank you for listening. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, anything that stuck out to you guys where it was like, Mama took it home? Anything that you guys really, yes.
Know your value.
Yeah.
Amen.
Feel awkward.
Fire.
Let go of the fear and be brave. Let go of the fear and be brave. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try to get through all this. You rock. Okay, so I love what she said whenever she said that you guys are literally so new in the business that you guys can move, right? You're ready to go. But one thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is that she talked about being red. So even if you're so new and you're like, what in the heck is a red? Like, we're going to tell you, okay? So what I want to talk to you guys about today is specifically getting into your red jacket. Now, for those of you who don't know, that means that you have 3 team members. And like she said, you can find 3 people in your life who need this, who need friendship, right? Extra money. Like Andrea was saying, people right now need that. And it's not, we used to say, oh, we're going to look for that one person who really wants the business. Right now, it's the average woman, right? It's not a specific person. It's the average woman or male, Alan. But for real, you guys, I want you to think about that in terms of who you have in your life who you just haven't asked. One of my best friends, my maid of honor last week, joined Mary Kay because I never asked her. And she lost her job and she was like, I'm really looking for something. And I was like, why don't you join Mary Kay? She's like, okay. I've been in Mary Kay 2.5 years and she's seen everything that I've done and have never joined because I didn't ask. Make sure you guys are asking, okay? So what I want to talk to you guys about today is being red. Red jacket with 3 team members. Not because red is all that's in Mary Kay, but red signifies flexibility, leadership, and love. And I believe that everybody can be in red because of the people that they have in their life. You guys have 3 people in your life who could use a little bit extra fun, extra money, time with their family. Okay, yes, I hope so. Because this opportunity is a gift, you guys. And whenever you are a red jacket with 3 active team members, a couple of things happen. You build others' dreams. People who didn't know that they needed this opportunity. You may be the first person in their entire life to say, I believe in you. Don't take that lightly. Brooke literally came into my life, and I'm not lying, you guys. I just needed happiness. I didn't even know what I was selling. I didn't know if I had to do it on Facebook. I didn't know if I had to have people try. I literally had no idea. I was like, she is a happy person, and that's what I need in my life. Okay? So you may be the first person in somebody's life to really take them and give them something positive. You guys build other people's confidence. If you guys are in here because of somebody that brought you in, go ahead and raise your hand and it's changed your life, right? So why can't you be that person? It changes their future and their family, and you build your confidence right along with them because then you're a leader. A fire starts. People see a vision and you get to create it. We live in a society, you guys, where we're literally thrown into this crazy 9 to 5 thing where you're literally, okay, you wake up, take care of the kids, go to work all day, you come home, make dinner, see the kids for 5 minutes, put them to bed, you have 10 minutes to brush your teeth, sometimes you don't even do that, go to bed and it starts, right? We're not fond of it and we're not making the time for our family and the money that we deserve. So I want you guys to really take advantage of this opportunity. I didn't know I needed it. And here we are, okay? Mary Kay is unique. The cool thing that I strive on for Mary Kay is you get to pick who you surround yourself with. You get to pick your team. You guys are going to work and you're like, yeah, I don't really like Susie Q. But this, you get to decide who you surround yourself with. It's a really unique environment. You get to pick your family, and that's what this is a family. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. Mary Kay has changed my life, who I am, a better mom, a better friend, a better daughter because of this. And I think oh my gosh, you guys, I won't go there because I'll start crying.
I love you. Thank you.
She changed our life, you guys. She saw us and she asked us and what it would look like if she didn't walk up to me that day and say, do you want a facial? I would still be working the same job, the same wage with a 50-cent raise every year with people who I didn't like. We're here. You guys are made for leadership and whatever that looks like for you, you guys want more and that's why you're here. If you guys didn't, you wouldn't be here. And if you're thinking, okay, Ashley, you're sounding crazy, I promise, I want you to know that everybody starts at 0. Okay, we didn't get special starter kits. We're with 10,000 people lined up. Everybody starts with the same exact opportunity, and you guys get to decide what that looks like, how long that takes, what comes out of it. And you guys, I really want you to take advantage of it because it's such a gift. Everybody starts at 0, and just like my mom said, every explosive business starts small. Everybody just has 1 client. Everybody has 2 clients. Everybody just gets 1 team member. Tracking. Okay, so let's talk about leadership. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is leaders don't force people to follow, they invite them on a journey. Yeah. And that's what this is. Okay, so this isn't for everyone, and you guys are going to tell people, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you should join Mary Kay, and they're going to say no. Yeah. It's nothing personal, okay? Make it personal, but don't take it personal. The one thing is if you're willing to ask. Somebody might be waiting for you to change their life. Just like Andrea said, they might be waiting for you to move into that leadership position because they need you. Are you willing to ask? I like this too. Attract, don't chase. Okay? Remember, you get to pick who you surround yourself with, but if you are in a need of desperation where you're like, oh my gosh, I need a team member, people aren't going to want to be around them, okay? It's going to be like Scary K, not Mary Kay. Just make it fun, you guys. This could be so many things for different people, and don't make the decision for them. Make sure you guys always ask. Don't just assume, okay? Create an aura so positive and loving that you want people to be in your space. That's exactly why I joined. I didn't know what Mary Kay was. I knew that my mom had some stuff in the bathroom that I've seen in previous years, but I didn't know what that looked like. She just said, who wants to sign up? And I was like, that's me. I don't care what that looks like. but I need more of what Brooke had.
Yeah.
I didn't use skincare. I didn't use makeup. I just needed happiness.
Yep.
Okay? Ask that person who doesn't use anything. Okay? She probably needs some little love in her life. Hook her up with a good skincare line, but tell her, like, this is something that could really change you. I was waiting for somebody to come into my life to change it. I didn't even know it. What if you guys are that someone? Remember, this opportunity is a gift. And you are that someone because you guys are here. It takes nothing to stand in a crowd, but it takes everything to stand alone. So if you guys are willing to do that, you could really change somebody's life. And you did it, and you're over the hardest part to do Mary Kay is just deciding to do it, right? Can I get an amen?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the hardest part. So take advantage of it. You guys be proud, be excited, and be you. Okay, let me get back to like nitty gritty. What is a red jacket, right? 3 team members. We all good? Okay, so with the red jacket, you guys get a $100 bonus. You get really fun, like red sassy high heels or boots. Well, yeah, whatever floats your boat. You guys get a red jacket party. It's a big recognition night. It's like super fun and it's cute. And we celebrate so much out of you guys. Like it's a really fun night. But I also want to talk to you about the leadership part of it. You and your team. Loving them, representing them. This is a unique environment. And the people that do say yes to you, they don't have to. Okay? So lead them with excellence because they chose to be with you. They chose to do this journey with you. They don't have to do Mary Kay. And lead them with excellence the best way that you know how. Lead by example. I like this too. My mom said this. It's not always going to be pretty. Okay? And let's be real, you guys are new too, so there's going to be a lot of mistakes, but success is usually found in a pile of mistakes. And how fun is it that you guys literally get to fiddle through Mary Kay life with some of the best people that you know? Okay? Connectivity to your director is so important, so make sure you guys are connecting with your director. If you're having a hard time, tell us. We've probably been there 10,000 times. Okay? We know what to do. We know how to help. And we want to teach you so that you can teach your people to empower them. So money, self-confidence, friends, whatever it needs, whatever they need, their starter kit, we'll give that to them. And just like Andrea said, after you have your Mary Kay starter kit, there's no reason why you can say, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Because Mary Kay can give that to you. I want you guys to visualize as your best self and showing up as her because somebody is counting on you. Who is it? Is it your cousin that you don't talk to that much? Is it your coworker? Somebody is counting on you to be her. And what does that look like? It's going the extra mile. And it's never crowded. Okay? Cheer them on. Update them with training. Send them reminders. You guys show them how to win. And celebrate them whenever they do win. Send them love notes in the mail. Be present and be proud of them because they showed up for you, so it's time for you to show up for them. Okay? Expect nothing and appreciate everything. They chose to be on your team and they will choose. Show up for them. They didn't have to be there. Love them so hard and show them how to lead that you don't have to tell them how to lead. You're showing them. They see you doing it. So you're not going to have to sit there and have a 15-minute conversation about how to lead people. They're going to see you doing that by example. People become successful the minute that they decide to be, and people may be waiting on you to make the first move so that they know that they can. Be the example and plant the seed. You guys are made for greatness, and we can't wait for next fall advance whenever you guys come back and you are in your red jacket. You guys are directors. You guys have your free cars. You're financially free, whatever that looks like, because we know that you can do it. Be consistent and be patient. That's the one thing where I'm telling you guys, be patient with the process. Follow it. Just like Andrea was saying, 1 every 5, you guys are going to have a really hot thing going on. It's not all going to be great. And that's what I love about Mary Kay, though, is that you get to decide what that looks like for that next step. Okay? Lead from the back. Let people win. Mary Kay leadership isn't about us. It's literally about you guys. So whenever you have a team, lead from the back and put others in front of you. And I'll leave you guys with this. Eventually, you'll build a team so strong that you guys don't know who the leader is.
Ooh, girl.
Great, guys. Let me just give you something about Ashley. Because, was it 2? When were we in this season? 2 fall dances ago. 2 fall. There's Jasmine. Everybody say hi to Jasmine. That's Ashley's first baby in Mary Kay. But you guys, you weren't a director yet. Were you on target for the car? Yes. Okay, so she sat right here. and we were speaking, and Ashley was on target for her card 2 leaderships ago. And Jasmine was right here excited that she had so many bookings. I was like, I'll never forget. I was like, let me rub some of that good juju on me. And she like was like, you know, Jasmine, because we weren't friends yet. She was like, okay. Like, she was so like, I don't know how I feel about this. But they sat 2 years. How many cars? 4 cars. Top trip, 650,000. Woo, woo, woo. This girl is a shining example of when you said lead from the back, man. That's you. What? I know, but fire, you guys. Don't miss an event. You just never know. So tell me, what did you get from them? Give me like little pop-ups. Anybody? Oh, you guys got nothing good. Say it again.
Make sure to ask everyone.
Ask everyone.
My first time asking her
That's good.
and asking my neighbor, they both said yes. They both are active.
Yeah.
And it literally within the last, what was it, the first week of October? The first week of October. Because Kim's like, I'm a director now. You're gonna be my first rep. So
Yeah.
Ashley sent me a script and Kim sent me a script and I sent it out to 2 of my friends and I work with her every day. And I sent it to her and I was like, she's like, I need some skincare stuff. I said, you know what? She's like, it's so expensive. I said, join. Get your stuff half off.
Write that down.
Okay, I can do that.
I love it.
And she joined, and I even paid her $30 for it because it was in between paychecks. I was like, I'll pay your $30.
Yep.
Just give it to me when you get it.
Fire, girl.
She got on the phone with Kim, and Kim signed her out. What was it, $1,800? And she bought $1,800 worth of product.
That was frightening.
That's her favorite number.
I'm still
Yeah,
scared.
so proud of you guys.
But I mean, Kim was like, I got you, don't worry. She got her going,
Yeah.
and then I went and asked my neighbor, and she was like, oh, I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm okay right now. I'll do it.
Sure.
And just by me letting them know that I'm there and I'm willing to invest in you.
Yeah.
They said yes. They're active and they're just awesome.
That's a leader. Amen. Clap for her.
I get strength out of you. Like when
Yeah.
you speak, I just see strength. And I know that I don't know your whole story, but I know that you have a story. And I think that is beautiful. You have your mom and your best friend, and I just relate to that because my mom and my best friend are like the 2 people that have just supported me in my life. So I just relate to you, and I get strength out of you.
I love that.
Oh, don't. I'm already crying, so it's fine. You just never know, like, what you're gonna get out of it. Like, you just don't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know the person. I never even met Nikki, the person that recruited me. Like, I'm just so grateful that she asked. Like,
Yeah.
you have to ask. Like, you never know what people need.
I'm gonna go off that, and I'm gonna cry too. I'm Kim, you got me crying again. I joined for the Lisas and the Brooks and the Jasmines, and I love the fact that you get to pick your team.
Yeah.
You get to pick your family. As I continue to come to these events and meet all of the other directors, like you see, and I'm just like, okay, I can do this.
Right, because someone's looking for a Jessica.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's wiggle a little. Brooke's like, we're going to train him for 3 hours and not give him a break. Welcome, this is your break. Wiggle. All right, you guys. We're going to give more prizes. If you have, oh, I can't steal Kim's. Kim just glared at me. Okay. All right. If you drove the furthest, okay, who drove more, and just rate, like, do one of these because I want you standing. Who drove more than 2 hours to get here? Okay. Who drove more than 3 hours to get here? Okay, get a prize. Who drove 1 mile to get here? 2, 3. Okay, girl, go get a prize. Remember that minimal effort? Get a prize. Okay, what did somebody ask me? Oh, who's left-handed? Yeah. Lefties, go get a prize. All right, what are we doing for time right now? Are we good? Are we? All right, you guys. Are you good? Stretch to the left. Stretch to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Okay, here's what happened. I was in cheerleading in 6th grade. I got kicked off the team. Someone said the F word, and I threw my Nike shoe right in the head. I got almost expelled. Yeah, my mom was not pleased. My dad was like, grade 8 girl. All right, you guys, your next speaker. Don't say anything too profound because I gotta go potty. Okay. Your next speaker has been in business 8 months. Say 8. 8 months. How many of you have been in less than 8 months? Okay. I want you to grab this. I want you to listen this. And as she speaks, I want you to visualize this because this can be your story. If she can do it, she gives you permission to do it. You guys, this woman is fire. 8 months. This last month, she earned her first free car. Woo! She's a sales director, and you guys, she has a fire team. I'm going to tell you, you guys will be in an Equinox in the next 3 months. You guys will be in a Cadillac in 6 months. You will do Unit Club this first year. I am so excited for your futures with this girl leading you. And so without further ado, Missy, welcome that. All right, don't say anything too good. Give me 60 seconds. Don't say anything powerful.
Wow. How do you even follow that?
So first, I just want to say, thank you to everybody for being here. Congratulations that you made the decision, that you decided this is what I want to do. I'm going to make something of this, and I'm going to commit my $25, and I'm going to commit my Saturday, and I'm going to drive a couple miles, and I'm going to drive 3 hours, and I'm going to do it, because this is what I want for me, and this is what I want for my family. I think that's the biggest step. Like everyone has said, the biggest decision is just to say yes, to do it. You made the decision, and then you're just committing. Like what Kim said, you're committing to following up that action. So my name is Missy. I have been just in Mary Kay since January of this year, January 30th, right? We share that date.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been in Mary Kay earlier in my life for about 20 years. I was a single mom at the time, so my focus was completely different. I needed to feed my kids and pay my bills, and that's why I did it. I did not see the potential that Mary Kay had to offer. I didn't have a strong leader like Lisa, like these ladies here. So much inspiration, real life, just true real life, and there's nothing better than that. So did that, got had a couple rough years. I lost my parents very unexpectedly in 2016, within a few months of each other. And, that was a tough thing. We all go through those things where, it can either knock you down or you're going to just rise up from it. It took me a good year, right, to be able to pull myself together. But it takes that, and you can do it. I mean, like everyone is saying today, it's a mindset. Once you decide that you're going to do these things and you're going to make them happen, they just happen. You are making them happen. So I decided I'm going to do something different with my life. I chose a date that I'm going to retire. I've worked since I was 16 years old for someone else. 9 to 5. This is your lunch break. This is what you do. Here's the tasks that you have to do. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day. It's a great company. I've worked there for 22 years. 25 years. I love it. I absolutely love what I do, but I'm done working for somebody else. I want to work for myself. Flexibility. I have grown kids. I have 4 grandchildren, 1 on the way, and I'm ready to spend that time with, yes, Megan. Megan's gonna have a little baby. Ready to spend that time with my family and with my team. So, like I said, we wouldn't be where we are if it weren't for the leadership that Lisa has. I mean, you guys, I'm fairly new, right? Even though I was in for quite a while, I don't have all of that information yet. But Lisa, Andrea, Brooke, Jasmine, Ashley, I mean, you guys have picked up so much already, and it's just amazing. Make sure you're reading those notes. Make sure you just take 5 of those things and make them happen. If you don't do it today, quickly, I think you might have said it, Andrea might have said it. If you don't leave and implement some of these things today or tomorrow, you're not going to. Make sure you do it. I know that you're going to go into red. I know that
Nora's gonna be moving up.
Yes,
You
she
guys,
is.
I mean, you guys are looking for it. So it's just incredible. So anyway, so I went to a skincare class. I said, you know what? This is what I've been missing. I just been missing all of this fun, these friends. And so I just joined. I'm like, I'm done not being in Mary Kay and having a good time. So in June, I debuted as Red Jacket. I was lucky enough to recruit some of my greatest friends that I work with in my other job. They have me. They want to have me until I'm 55, but I don't know that I'm going to last that long. At the rate things are going, I am ready to like move on. But I'm going to give it till December and see where we go. Up and up.
Next year.
No. So all it is it's hard work, right? It's like yesterday, like I just used the analogy, it's like your charcoal mask. It gets ugly before it gets better. And it is. There's gonna be hard days. There's gonna be days that you don't want to get up. There's gonna be days you make a phone call. But you need to make the phone call to get the no's. So the no's get out of your way.
Yeah.
And the yeses are there and present themselves. You get a jack and a king. And all of those kinds of things. And it will happen. The odds are it's going to happen. So it was a lot of grit. Picking up on a couple of things, like someone had told me, like Ashley, she just talks to everybody, asks every single person, share the opportunity. So honestly, I just started on Facebook. I reconnected with so many people from high school during COVID that, I mean, it's not even funny. You know, you have to make that connection, get those people to just get in a conversation with you. So I would say my question to you guys is, who have you not asked yet? Who do you know? You've got that list of people that, you know, I'm not going to reach out to them. They're never going to join. They're never going to want to listen to me. I think it's be yourself, be real, share with them what you're getting out of this experience, and they should see that without even you having to explain it. Self-confidence. I think self-confidence, I can see so much in some of the women that have joined my team is just self-confidence, and they're just standing differently, holding themselves differently. Another thing is, don't wait for the last 2 weeks of the month. Make the first 2 weeks of the month like they are the last. Work it. And I think Andrea said the same thing. She started off, right, at the end of September, had her October, first week of October booked and ready. So she could start off with success, because it's hard to backpedal. Takes a lot of work. It was a lot of work, right? September 30th. We were up until what time? 2:30 in the morning. We finished car about 10:45. I had one more person, and I had a couple people in my head that, yep, these are people that I'm not going to contact. They're never going to do it. They're just, you know, they've told me once before. One I did not contact, so I got that person I need to reach out to, and I'm just trying to build up that courage. But the other person I did reach out to, and she said, you know what? Yeah, I'm in. So that was what I needed, 16, to get that first free car. My team is strong. Lisa, you know, she is incredible. She built a lot of this team, you know, right along with me. Mostly, you know, she did some things on her own. I had a couple of days where I wasn't feeling the best and different things like that. But my team built 17 through 24 to earn that car. So they recruited people. They were strong, right? Madison, I mean, I know that, you know, we said your name a couple times earlier. This is my first time meeting Madison. She turned 18 about a month ago. Okay? She took a chance. She knew when she went to a skincare class that that's what she wanted to do. She used her savings. She invested in inventory. She got rid of her 3 bestie bundles. They're gone. One of the people right now, first ones placed their order. The next 2, if we wouldn't have been so busy and had so much great fun last night, they would have been active last night. They're ready to place their order, and she's going to be a Red Jacket after 3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
of
girl.
training. It's incredible, and it's just, it's just flipping that switch and saying, this is what I'm going to do. No more joking around with it. Just, so proud of you. Happy to meet you. Okay, create momentum. That's what you have to do. You have to keep creating that momentum in the beginning so that it just follows you through. What else? DIQ. It's harder to go slow than it is to go fast. I thought, okay, car, you think you've got 4 months to do it. You let that time go and it just creeps in and you're like, all the self-doubt. I'm not going to make it. What if this doesn't happen? What if that doesn't happen? Calling Lisa, texting Lisa, FaceTiming. I'm not going to do it. What do I need to do? What more can I do? Just, talk you down off the ledge a couple times. But you're going to go through it. I mean, right? You've gone through it. It's just, but you can do it. I mean, just believe in yourself, believe in what they have done before you, what other people have done before them. It's a tried and true company. 57 years, debt-free. Not many people can say that. Not many companies can say that. 100% guarantee on everything. It's just incredible. It's a win-win for everybody. And then you're changing women's lives at the same time. Giving them something to be happy about, smile for, want to get up in the morning. Make people proud. I heard so many stories yesterday about people hearing from their parents or someone else that it's the first time in their life when they hit a goal that their parent actually said, I'm proud of you. Even though, you're working a full-time job, seeing the self-confidence, seeing the growth, I think just changes everybody's lives around you. I think that's really all I have to say. Don't go slow. Go fast. Shoot for your first car. You can get your first car, and that will get you directorship. Because the qualification for directorship is just a little bit less than car. So, and I heard a couple ladies say that today, that it is harder to get your car after you become a director. $23,000 in wholesale, right? Right? Yeah, $23,000 in wholesale for the car. 24 recruits. 17 through 24 can come from your actual team, but you need to directly recruit 1 through 16. Yes.
Do you have a time period you have to do that, or is it just, like they have the 3 months and you gotta sell it, 75 or whatever that is? Is there a time limit on that?
To earn the car, you have 4 months to do it.
Okay.
But then you start over, so if you don't get it in month 4, then you're starting over at 23,000 again, month 5. You can go for cars as many times as you want to, right?
I see, yeah.
But you have to start over with your production. Where right now, the first time it carries over from month 1 to month 4. So until you hit that, so it's 5 active team members, 5,000 in wholesale production is the minimum you have to have every month to stay on target for car. But you can earn, obviously, you can sell more wholesale. Book your
5 active team members and less.
5 active team members, 5,000 wholesale. And that can be from you and your direct recruits. You can contribute I think it's in 3,000. Okay. You can, as the leader, you can do 3,000 in wholesale. The rest has to come from your team. So directorship, Lisa's just like, you're right on target for directorship. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? What is that? Exciting, quick. If you go for car, you can make directorship happen. Easy. What else? What questions do you guys have? Any questions?
Okay, so I just started, I want to say the end of September. I'm ready to go. I went on Facebook, I've done live, I've done all this stuff. The one thing that's holding me back is I'm waiting for my business cards, but they shipped today. So I feel like once I get them, I'll be able to go. But that's what I feel like is my biggest stressor right now. It's like I need these cards because I can't give these pink backs to everybody and have no number, no information.
Make your own.
So
Yeah.
that is my biggest thing. I just wonder
Yeah.
if anybody else had that same problem.
Yep, there's a program that, you can use. You can get Avery labels too. You can print some
Yeah.
yourself. Because it took a little bit to get the business stuff coming up,
Finally
that
shipped it
first
out, so
order.
I'm thinking as soon as I get them suckers,
Yeah,
look out St. Helen everywhere around there.
right, look out.
Because I'm going there
They're
to
coming
start
in.
getting them all.
Yeah. But it can be done,
Yeah.
right? It was not my,
Wait too on business cards. Think about how long you're sitting here waiting for
Yep.
business cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days.
I know,
Yeah.
that's my point. That's why I was like,
Stop waiting. You got the phone number. You got them on Facebook.
yeah,
You have the ways to contact them.
just call them and start talking.
don't wait,
Okay,
don't wait.
all right.
We got ebooks, you guys. You can send them electronic business cards. You can make those. Electronic
Yeah,
business
yeah.
cards.
Okay.
It's easier to do everything fast in this business. It
So
just,
you can, yeah.
momentum.
Cool.
keep the momentum going, do it fast.
Okay, so I'll get on it when I get home.
Okay. All right, that's all I got for you guys.
All right, you guys, what we're gonna do is a couple more fun prizes. So, Missy, Mom, if you guys wanna come up and, I don't know what they're gonna ask.
Okay.
Oh, you guys-
They
that's
planned
right.
it. That's right.
Oh, really quick to you guys, what was a big takeaway that you have from Missy? Shout it out, yeah, Cassie. Go fast. Belinda.
Don't take long.
Don't take long, yeah.
Keep the momentum
Yes.
inside and keep the momentum.
Decide to keep the momentum, is that what you said, momentum?
Make your first 2 weeks of the month look good.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We're so proud of you.
you. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm proud of you. Wait, come here.
Oh, Mama Kim.
No, I'm proud too.
All right, give away some
Okay.
free stuff.
All right.
You go
Um,
first.
Who's getting married in October?
Ooh.
Anybody?
Oh!
Oh, you're real excited. You jumped. Yeah, go get the prize.
Go get a prize.
Both of you, yeah.
Look at Alan. Look at Alan scrunching down in his chair.
Yeah.
You're not getting married in October?
He says, no. Okay, whose middle name is Kay?
Anybody?
Aw.
Mine starts with a K. Mine's Ray. It's close.
Oh,
That's your girl
yes,
prize.
yes,
That's your girl prize. Way to speak up.
Here's Catherine. She starts with a K.
Okay,
Starts with a
go
K.
ahead, girl.
There you go. Go
You
get one.
desperate for a prize, you get a
Yeah.
prize. 72.
Okay, we were gonna say, let's see, who has the shortest hair?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Purple sweater, purple sweater.
Alan.
Oh, yeah, look at you with your picture cut.
Alan.
That's a good one, you guys. Shortest hair. Oh, I didn't even think that. Here, here, here.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who in here has their natural hair color?
Oh,
Nobody. I hope nobody.
Oh, look at her go.
Oh,
Alright.
Okay,
Go get prizes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jasmine, are we gonna have prizes?
down there too.
I know. Oh,
Probably Alan too.
that makes me mad. All you not dying your roots. You all here have gray hair.
Is that good? Your friend?
Remember?
Okay, they already did. Who drove the farthest? Who was?
Anniversary? Did we do anniversary?
Nope, not yet.
How are we on prizes?
Jasmine said it's good.
Oh, it's good?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, do one more then.
Okay, who has Mary Kay anniversary in October? Anybody?
Sign up.
Like your year? Your January.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. What about wedding anniversary? Anybody with a wedding anniversary in October?
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim's got a good one. Listen up.
Ready?
All right, get ready.
Hey, ladies, open your purse.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how many
Oh.
Mary Kay products are in that
Oh.
bag. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. purses today, so I only have two. I was using it as I was driving. You got three? Six.
Melissa's got 6. 7.
Seven, okay. How many you got?
Someone's got 7 up here.
She's
I'm still
got
counting. I'm in 7.
How are we counting?
I think we're good.
Yeah. I got
They
8.
got
Okay.
Melissa?
And you are?
Yeah.
Katie?
Usually at 8 back there.
She has 8. Okay. Whoever has 8, 7. I have 8.
Go ahead, 8 and 7. What, honey? Yeah, how many Mary Kay products do you have in this big bag? Just go out and get a prize.
You're taking too long. Go.
Yeah, go.
Kim doesn't like it. Go.
No, just go. It takes too long.
I'm done talking about it. Get a prize.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I slipped down my agenda.
Okay, everybody, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, let's do it. We're running Rebecca's time.
Oh, I got, for a second anyway, put down my orange.
You can sit right here on my lap.
Let me move.
Oh, look how cute that is. Yes. That's so nice. Yeah, what did you do?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So I'm introduced Miss Lisa for the speaker of the evening.
Good night.
And I'm going to stand. Can we just like truly just give her a round of applause? Obviously, I've been in for 8 years, and she was someone that I just obviously always, I was DIQ when I met her. I was like this big. I really was. And I've always looked up to, and I've always admired you, and just your strength. Just, which, like she said about me, but truly, my feelings for her is when she speaks, I listen. And what you guys did as a new Cadillac unit this past month, really, you guys literally moved mountains. And she was in charge of that mountain getting moved. Because if her belief had left, it would not have happened. And so truly, genuinely, thank you. Because although that Cadillac was not for me and my unit, right, what it continues to do is that belief overflows onto people and it inspires. Because a lot of people could have said, you guys have 32,000 to do in 15 days, which is actually 64,000. A lot of people could have just been shut down right there. And 18,000 the last, 6 days. I don't even know the numbers. It doesn't matter because she didn't stop. And so thank you for just setting that level and that platform for others to follow. So.
Like, that's not humanly possible, right? But it's crazy because Missy was like, well, you gotta call Lisa if you're freaking out. Like, I'm like, don't call me. Like, but you guys can call me. I don't know. You don't call me. You call your person, right? But the thing about it is the calls never stop. New level, new devil, right? So I just called Cadillac sales directors to be like, I don't know. They'd be like, it's gonna happen. I'm like, okay. Call you later. But so don't think that it ever stops. Like the blessing is that you have people to call up, right? And so I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? Like, have you already, like, I learned so much already. Yeah. I'm like, you're hype. One person. But you guys, here's the thing, okay? So my friend Leah Cade, follow her, don't follow her, she talks a lot. Sometimes you got to fast forward. Okay, one of those people. But she was saying the other day that she was talking to new consultants, and what was consistent with new consultants, two things that held them back or that they were struggling with is consistency and motivation. But if you were here, she just gave, where'd she go? Oh, she's right behind me. Andrea just gave you how to be consistent. And if you take the emotion out of it and you just track numbers, a track number grows. So she just taught you how to be consistent. She just taught you how to move, right? I'm like, if it is hard to follow this person. If you're like, I had a party, cool, I'm quitting. I had 2 parties. Oh, that was emotional. Like, she told you have to move forward to keep moving. And you're going to have a lot of no's. Like, let me just tell you that. And they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to Mary Kay. And that's okay, right? Because all that stuff that's been brought into your life, maybe they just don't want it right now, or maybe they just don't want it. And that's okay too. So she said you had to move. Ashley showed you where you're going. So it's not hard to be motivated if you know what the next goal is. You grow to the next goal. So my goal is that you're all what color?
Red.
By when?
Now.
First choice now. You and Kathy know me. Okay. But when do I want you red by? Oh, amen. Okay, I want you red this month so that we can celebrate you at the next event. Y'all, if Madison, 2 weeks into being 18, she literally signed up 3 days after being 18, can find 3 people and have that much influence at 18 years old, then you can find 3 people that are looking for more. She's about to be a red jacket. She's had a debut party. That's it. But she has something that people want, and so do you. So, Missy, what'd she teach you? Slow is hard, fast is easy. So do you want to take 9 years to be in a red jacket, or are you motivated to do it in the next? How many days are left? I don't know. Nobody taught me that.
21.
How many days?
21.
Y'all, that's finding one person every 7 days. That's like if you're crawling. You all have to walk, okay? All right, you guys. So here's what I want to know. I truly believe that you will not struggle with consistency and you will not struggle with motivation if your intentions are right. And it's funny because it's like we didn't talk. I mean, like we had a gist, but like we like gist it and then we like put it on paper. And Andrea talked a lot about being intentional. So what areas of your life to make Mary Kay fluid do you need to be intentional? Number 1 is your time. Huge. And before I say this, I want you to all take a deep breath. If I say this number, and this is your hourly pay, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to give you perspective. Okay? So I do not mean this. But I read something the other day that said that you're making $15 an hour. And we're pumped to make $15 an hour. And you're excited about that new Michael Kors handbag. That's not $150, that purse. That's 10 hours of you punching a time clock and working for someone else. That brand new car you're driving, $400 a month, that's 27 hours of your life per month to pay your car payment. I'm like, you guys, what you give your time to, you give your life to. And people are dying to be back in their homes. People are looking for an opportunity, and you need to be intentional with your time. What I love about Mary Kay is when I set down my phone, I can be 100% with Jim and Lauren. When Lauren's struggling with school, I can set down my phone. Jim's not very good at teaching her school. I actually have a teaching degree. I'm pretty good. I can set down my phone and be with Lauren. When I'm baking cookies with Jasmine, not that Jasmine, Brooke's Jasmine, I can set down my phone and be with Jasmine. You guys have to make Mary Kay appealing by being 100% in when it's family time, boyfriend time, husband time, 100% in when it's Mary Kay time. And 100% in. If you are a mom and you're looking at me and you're like, you're not the mom in the room, I'm just telling you how to do it. Write it down. You need A babysitter, B babysitter, C babysitter, and D babysitter. If you want to take this seriously and be intentional with your time. Andrea has a babysitting tree. Ashley's got some and working on it. She's got a husband that's babysitter A, B, and C, and D. But she already has a nanny.
Yeah.
Y'all, get your life in order so that you can be intentional with your time. Leave your kids for 2 hours so that you can be with them intentionally when you're there Friday through Sunday, Thursday through Friday, whatever it is, okay? Second area you need to be, oh, and by the way, how to be intentional with your time. I think Kim hit on it. 6 most important things list. Mary Kay, somebody said last night, I think it was Jasmine. She goes, if you're not working off a 6 most important thing, and it was so cute because like picture Jasmine, she goes, Mary Kay's like this. Like you're with your husband eating dinner, okay, I gotta make the calls. Like if you have 6 and Brooke goes, well, what do I do after my 6? I go, you stop. That's not Brooke's spirit. I'm like, you just stop. There's 6 things on your IPA list. Andrew's back there. On your IPA list, and when you're done, guess what? You're done. You're done with Mary Kay for the day. It's got to look appealing, and you've got to be able to pick it up and set it down. 6, done. 6, done. And she was really strategic when you said, I'm either selling it or I'm putting in an agreement in the computer. Yeah. If you want to move fast in Mary Kay, you're either selling it or you're putting in an agreement in the computer. That was fire. Second area you need to be intentional is with your energy. Let me tell you, this is the one thing my recruiter gave me. She said, you all have the same 24 hours a day, but you do not all have the same energy level. I'm an ambivert. Do you know what that is? I'm extroverted when I'm forced to be. I love to be at home alone, quiet. Ashley one day was on the phone. She's like, I love COVID. I was like, girl, I love COVID. COVID is my jam. No, it was bad in the beginning of COVID. I watched Heart of Dixie. That bartender though, okay. Then I watched this other show. I thought maybe I was going to start robbing people because it's about money heists. I was like, I think I was supposed to rob banks. Like, so be careful with your time and be careful. But you guys got to be so careful with your energy. I can give you all this, but guess what's happening tonight? I'm getting it back. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So to fill my cup tonight, it will be quiet. At my house, Jim and Lauren are gone. I suggested for the weekend. I'm gonna chill and refill so that we can go do a debut tomorrow and I can give her fire. I can come and move somebody to red tomorrow and give her fire. But are you filling your cup and what does that take? My friend Julie Metz, once a quarter, leaves her husband and her kids and she does one night away in a hotel. Alan was alone in the hotel last night before we got back. And I go, hey, Alan, how's your night? He's like, it was pretty good. So you gotta sometimes chill to refill. I didn't have that in my notes. That was fire. Okay. Vision. You got to sit in it, you guys. You've got to be able to visualize something so clearly. Like, can you see the red jacket? What style? How does it hug your curves? Do you look good? Like, what kind of shoes is Ashley going to buy? I don't know. Like, do I want a strappy heel? Do I not want a strappy heel? Do I want a closed toe? Can you visualize the next exciting thing in your Mary Kay career? Okay. I think when you visualize, it gives you permission to have it. Like somehow, some of you are like stuck. I'm gonna just look. I love that I made eye contact. You look right now. I didn't even mean it, but you're like, oh gosh, she's coming through me. I'm like, it's always the person here because I like touch with my left. You guys, you have permission to have everything you want out of life. And so if your mom didn't tell you, or your dad didn't tell you, or your grandma didn't praise you, I'm telling you right now, I, Lisa Zimmerman, give you permission to have the most full, most exciting, extravagant life. You cannot give stuff away if you do not have it. People think money motivates me. It does, a lot of it. But the more I have, the more I give. Yeah. Not the more I have, the more I have. If you come to my house, Ashley's like, your house is so cute. There's like nothing in it. Like one piece of art. I got it on super sale. But I'm like, how can I donate? What do your kids need? Where are you going to go? Oh, okay, we don't have winter coats. Okay, I want to buy. Maybe that's not your heart. I mean, like if you want to travel and like have 3 houses, I'm going to come and visit. But I'm just saying, you guys, give yourself permission to have a full life. Like if you have a poverty mindset, I'm going to look down because I don't mean to like, okay. Your parents probably gave it to you and it's not their fault. Their parents gave it to them, but poverty cycle can be broken in Mary Kay. It can be broken. And it is okay for you to have permission to have abundance. Okay? That had to be God because that's not my notes. Okay. The next thing you need to be intentional about is your friendship. Y'all, you remember high school. Madison, you remember yesterday. High school. You're like, she wasn't, but she was like, I was on cheerleading, I was on basketball, I was on the golf team, the academic team, and you're like, this many friendships? I have this many. Yep. Yeah. Because they used to be really, really wide, but really, really shallow. Hey, how are you? Oh, I love your top. Okay, girl. Like, next one, right? Now my friendships, my circle is so small, but it is so deep. I don't want at this age in my life surface level friendships. So I want to know your kids. I want to know your dog's name. We got 2 crazy dogs going outside. We got a husband on a mower that's avoiding us. We got 2 girls. One wants to be a cosmetologist. The other one doesn't know yet because Abby's personality is stronger than Amy's. But if you listen to Amy, she's a collector of people and a collector of things. I want a deep relationship. You guys, people are looking for you to get deep. And that happens in people's homes. That happens over the phone. That happens, like Ashley said, loving people before they ever provide anything in your life. You provide the love first. Okay. Belief. You have to be intentional about your belief. And here's the thing, you guys. There were days. I'm having like an allergy attack, just so you know. Like, you're like, she's crying. I'm like, my nose is running, my eyes watering. It's really hot up here. Not hot. I mean, like hot, like woo, sexy. Not like hot, like. Okay. You're welcome. Belief. Okay. So it was powerful. On the last day of the month, we had to do 9,500 wholesale, not retail. But prior to that, we had to do 25,000 in 4 days. We had to do 42,000 in a month. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I love her. She was like $60, $50, $14. I was like, Stacey. But here's the thing. This is what I want you to hear about this. Erin came to my house, and her sweet little boyfriend sent her there, and he said, I didn't roll my eyes. I really actually do like Rob. But Rob said, good luck. I mean, like, wake me up if you hit it, but you ain't going to hit it. And she goes, we're going to hit this goal. And I was like, Erin, that's so good. You changed. Because in the beginning of the month, Erin's like, I made you the poster. It was like 420 squares. Like, it was the poster sucked. Like, I was like, but she's like, I made you the poster. Hopefully we hit it. I was like, she goes, I don't know if this is like weird for the reader. Like, she's a realist, right? So she leaves the house and she says to Rob, I'll be back when we are earning this Cadillac. And I said to her, well, what changed? And she said, well, you just believed so hard, I had to believe it. They better get on your train, but when you're wavering, there's nothing to believe in. Like, your belief has to be so big that it gives someone else permission to believe. And there are days, man, like, I would be like, Erin, want to go to breakfast? I was just avoiding the goal. And she'd be like, we're going to hit a Cadillac. I was like, okay. But you need other people to speak into you. So sometimes you show up because the meeting needs your belief, and sometimes you show up to the meeting because you need the belief of others. Start showing up to your meetings. And a lot of you are new faces. I know some people are still doing virtual. I mean, show up to your virtual meeting. Okay? The best part about that is you don't even have to brush your hair. All right. So let me check my time. Why did you, I'm good. Why did you guys join Mary Kay? Flexibility. Go. Friends. Discount. Okay? Who said, someone said toys.
I said different life.
Different life.
Side hustle.
Side hustle.
Makes women feel beautiful. and
Make-
healthy skin.
Who just said that?
Carol.
Okay, I could hear you, but I couldn't find your mouth. Yeah. I was like, where's the mouth? Good. Good. All right, close your eyes for 1 second. I can see you, so like, do it. I love when people go, I'm like, I'm literally watching you. Okay. If you said money, what does your money need to pay for? 90% of all Americans have 107% of their paycheck spent every single month. So they have more month than money. So did you come in because you're desperate for money? And it would pay for a different lifestyle for your kids. It would put them in an education that they want. Would it take you on vacations you need to go on? Like, what could money afford you? If you said flexibility, what are you trying to get back to? Are you trying to get back in the house with your kids? Are you trying to get out of the house to avoid your kids? What would more time allow you to do? If you said self-confidence, you've probably already grown. But how much more growth could you have? Could you stand up and train in front of a room like this? Can you see it? If you guys said recognition, how many of you have been working a job for years to get a 50-cent raise every year? You feel real good about $1. When you guys get a 50-cent raise or a quarter raise, they literally are saying to you, your value is one gumball per hour. You guys, I think that we say like we came in for money, open your eyes, recognition, a side hustle. But I think until we get deep, like you can't speak into me until you can move me. There's two ways to move people. You make them cry or you make them laugh. So if you ain't funny, you better get deep. And if you're deep, just watch our skincare classes. We say the same joke over and over. They all laugh. The skill comes, you guys. She taught you it's a skill-based business. All we're looking to grow up here when we do this and we pour into it, we're just looking to grow your heart. You walk and go, hi, my name's Susie. I'm excited you're here. This is a skill. This is where you need to grow to have all this. How are you investing in your belief? Okay? So people ask always, this is the thing. You heard Andrea just pour into me. Two things happen. How many of you have a glory story? Like, oh, I was in this bodybuilding competition. I came in number 1. Oh, I was the head cheerleader. Oh, I was an all-A student. Y'all have one person has a glory story. Like, you guys all have a glory story in some area of your life, right? Write this down. Get so sick of your old glory story. I was so sick of saying my highest monthly Mary Kay is 26,000. My highest, I'm so sick of me was the first thing that happened. Like I just got sick of hearing me. I'm sure you're sick of it already. We only have a couple minutes left. I got so sick of my old glory story. I'm so sick of hearing old glory stories, like build a national area. I'm sick of your old glory story. Tell my girl. Build a loyal national area. Yeah. I'm sick of you building red jackets. It's an old glory story. You, my friend, are meant to grow the national area. Because in the original vision, it was the 2 of you. Now it gets to be 3 to give others permission. I'm so sick of your old glory story. I want to see the bumblebees turned into a pink suit. You look better in pink than blue anyway. Are you so sick of your old glory story? Like, I'm so sick of hearing your boring story. I was boring. And then just feed yourself. Like, what moves you? Do you guys know Black Panther? Chadwick? I think you pronounce it Bosman. Anybody? Okay. You guys know his story? Just passed away, right? Hot, man. Woo! Hot. That's not the part of the story I want you to remember. But if you don't know who he is, write it. Chadwick. Don't tell Jim I saw that either. Woo! Okay. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2016. He then produced, let me think, I don't know the order. So you guys probably know him from, I think it was 42, where he portrays Jackie Robinson. Ooh, hot. Okay, so then I was like, this man's hot, I'm going to follow him. That's how actors go for me. I just told you about the bartender. So I don't think this is the order, but it goes Marshall, powerful movie. Black Panther, I think then it was Infinity War, and then 21 Bridges. So he's cancer in a movie, produces 4 more movies. Black Panther's like crazy. Like you guys all probably saw it. If you didn't, it's free right now. And on demand. Like highest grossing sales of a solo superhero, highest grossing sales on a Monday, highest grossing sales, like crazy, right? You see all these little kids like this. Mm-hmm. Power. He had a purpose. Colon cancer, and instead of wallowing, he wins. Y'all are wallowing if you're not moving. It's like find your next win, right? So he produces all these movies, crazy. In Black Panther, they wanted him to have a British accent. He demands that he sounds African. He had a purpose. He's like, this is an African-American movie. I will sound African. Demanded it. 21 Bridges. His female co-star wasn't going to get paid properly, and she wasn't going to do it, and he really wanted her. He took his salary and paid her. He was on purpose. When your purpose is clear, you guys, God will give you a platform. And it's so funny because I think so many times we come here down and we're crying because something is happening, right? But here's what he said. Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you really can figure out what your fight is and how to fight it. Sometimes you got to get knocked down first to know how your fight is. How many of you feel like Mary Kay's already knocked you down? And if not, go figure out how to get knocked down. Because I think you need it, right? I'm like, if you look at all of us, there's nothing in common. They've got kids, I know. She's super blonde, looks like Barbie. I don't. I'm Midge. Remember Midge, the sidekick that no one bought? I'm like, hey, it's me, Midge. The freckles Like look at her. Like, ew. Right? But here's my point. None of us are the same. I think the one thing that brings you into Mary Kay is hope for a better future. You're sick of your old glory story and you're willing to grit it out until you get there. I'm like, how fast can you go and how bad do you want it? And this is what hit me with the story. I will seek inspiration. Like I'll go find a video to get a good cry. I'm like, oh, I'm fired up. Like I seek it every morning. I think between his story and this realization, this is how we did Cadillac. You know, IE, like, oh, I was with cool people, IE, Jessica, Melissa, Wendy. I don't think IE means, for example, I think it means your influence has an expiration date. Your influence has an expiration date. He had purpose because he knew he would expire. And I'm here to tell you, so will you. So will you. And if you're a believer, then you believe that your life was written from the end to the beginning. And I pray that this isn't our story, but could be next week, could be next year. People in this room have lost parents. I'm like, it is wild. One of our girlfriends was crying last night, just lost her uncle. Like, you guys, life is this short. And we think we have this much time, like, I'll become a red jacket in 9 years. I don't know if I'm going to be alive in 9 years to buy you red high heels. Like, it's this brief. So why don't you take your power to make an impact in that brief of time? I thought to myself, if I was diagnosed with cancer and I only had 5 years, how do I get a platform to be positioned to make an impact? I was like, first step, Cadillac. Gives my people recognition. Y'all feel recognized? Boom, mission accomplished. Next mission, how do I position myself? I only have 5 years. How do I position myself to move people so that they can have their own platform? Move fast. Next, how do I, you guys, let me ask you this. You have 5 years to live. Are you going to live differently for your children? Do you need more finances for your children? You only have 5 years. I'm not saying it has to be Mary Kay. You going to travel differently with your family? Are you going to make more time and have deeper conversations with your spouse? Some of you are young and you don't understand that it's this brief. How do you make your time count? If I were you, you're like, how is she going to tie this into a red jacket? If I were you, I would become red this fast. Because there's 3 people that are waiting to be influenced by you, but you're too afraid to step into your power. I'm giving you permission to be powerful, to be influential, and I think you need to realize you have an expiration date. So I really want you to pretend you only have 5 years every single day. It has shifted everything for me. In 5 years, where is Madison? 5 years, how old will you be? I can't ask you, because what if you're like 25, then you're like, it's 30, it's going to be bad. 18. In 5 years, she'll be 23. Well, Megan Wilkes signed up for Mary Kay, and by 23, she had gone on 2 trips. Will you be married in 5 years? You better be. I love him. His name is Jello. His name's Angelo. And they go, so anyway, blah, 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 Jello. And I was like, who's Jello? So you and Jello, could you get excited about taking him on an all-expense vacation to Spain? Because I'm guessing at 23 and 24, they can't afford it. But she could work to afford it. Where will you be in 5 years? Okay, hang on for 1 second. Okay, cool. Oh, I said step into your confidence sooner. That was good. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. So I want to shift you. So you were invited into Mary Kay, and Ashley just talked about leadership. You were probably invited because you feel like you're meant to lead, and we saw you as a natural leader. Here's the thing. You better be like pat yourself. They already told you we get to pick our own team. We picked you. If you suck, we just don't share the opportunity. You'll see it sometimes where I'm like, you share. Like, that means there's nobody here that I want to give the opportunity to in a Christian loving way. I'm like, we'll keep it moving. But here's my point with that, you guys. There's a difference between leaders and shepherds. I misnamed our unit. Leaders lead because of money. Leaders lead with goals. Shepherds lead loving their people, giving their people vision. So the money buys the vision for your family. The money buys the future. But I got to ask you guys if you want to be a shepherd of your team or a leader. How many of you have a team? A little bit of a team. Okay, good. Did you write them a thank you note in the last week? Did you call them in the last week? Okay. This event, you guys, I wrote Oh, how many of you? Oh, I remember this too. This isn't in my notes, so I don't know. Remember when, like, I remember being here. You remember, like, being here, like, 2 years ago, and you're like, I got something to say. Don't you feel like that? Like you got something to say. It's so funny because position is platform in Mary Kay. And a platform gives you an opportunity to portray your purpose. But if you don't fight for the platform, I only wanted to become a sales director because I was like, well, I do have a teaching degree. I think I could teach the people. But when you sit here, you gotta be quiet. That's not my jam. That's all it took to motivate me. But it's so funny. How many of you like feel like, and you can do this because I know this is where we're at. We're not like this. How many of you feel like you were called to be a Mary Kay? How many of you feel like your calling can be fulfilled in your 9 to 5? Are you given a platform at work? How many of you are valued at your job? Not Mary Kay. Good. I love that. How many of you are paid what you're worth? I think your value of your paycheck and my value of your paycheck might be different. We can talk. Last night they were challenged to write a paycheck, you guys. Let me just give you this. And I don't think, again, Missy's paycheck, had she been a sales director and not a DIQ, thank you, Jesus, that she was a DIQ, but it would have been $6,300 in 1 month. 1 month.
Not sales, just commission.
Just commissions. Yeah, she sold a lot. So last night, Jasmine gave everybody an activity to write their paycheck. I was really proud of my people. They were writing 10,000, 5,000, 4,000, and they were different increments, right? Like Billy Joe wants to be paid 5,000 by June. Nora wrote 10,000 by next March because they got to build, right? You know how much I wrote my check for? It's a monthly check. 150,000 in a month. Gloria's highest paycheck was 134, and she's now. And that takes me a year or two. Our paychecks are going to be a lot more. It's 150,000 in a month. Oh, look at me on time. 10 minutes early. You guys, I have to get you here so that we can get you here because you all are thinking 5 to 10 and we're thinking 150, 250. I'll never forget when Brooke called me and she said, I'm so excited about your paycheck this month. It's $134,000. What are you gonna do? That wasn't really my paycheck for those of you who are like, dang girl. No, it wasn't. But it was Gloria's highest paycheck. She said, what are you gonna do with the money? You guys, that's where you're writing checks for your kids and your parents' medical bills, and you're moving a nurse in your home and your parents in your home. They're not going to a home. Like, that's when you're buying a dream house with a pool so that people come to you. Like, I think that you come to these events to be stretched here and then keep coming and it goes like this. And then you keep coming and it's like this. I was just going. I think you guys have to be stretched, but it has to be with movement. So what is your goal by the end of the month?
Red jacket.
I was like, wow, I didn't know. It's red jacket by the end of the month to position you for the next platform. When you get your shoes, we're going to say, what's your name?
Regina.
I'm going to say, Regina, tell me why you signed up for Mary Kay. And you're going to say, I signed up because.
My friend got me too.
And Kathy, you're going to present her red shoes to her. And what are you going to say?
I'm gonna say congratulations, you
You rocked it. And then Regina, you're going to say, and my 3 team members stand up. You guys, there's nothing more powerful than giving other people the position. You either blow someone's candle out or you take your candle and have value and you light someone else's. And then you turn and light someone else's. It's like, how many candles can you light and how fast because you have this much time to do it? I really hope that you put 5 things into place that you're positioned to change. It would be a waste of your time and your energy and your vision if you came here just to get out of your house for 3 hours. Like, and nothing shifted. All right, you guys, so here's the plan. Outside, we have, not outside, but out in the foyer, okay, we have red jackets, okay? Try those on. If your vision has been stretched a little further, we have director suits. You know what they're dripping in? Everybody say dripping. Dripping. And diamonds. Like real one. Okay? Real with. Brooke just went like this. If you guys need to borrow a ring, if you guys need to put on Andrea, I'm about
Lisa won't give it back.
I do. I'm always like, oh, I got your big diamond at my house. I'm so sorry. It's like Jim's like, stole Brooke's ring again. I'm like, yeah. But if I let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm putting on Andrea's suit today because her diamond's going down the lapel, the bumblebees. That shows me how many lives she's influenced, and I want that kind of position. And so I'm gonna put on her jacket today. We want you to take a lot of pictures. Don't like just leave. Now on the other gift table, not this one, but as you walk out, there's gold gifts. Those are for you. Okay? You are to hang it. That's your only hint. Okay? You are to hang it in your car. Or if you're like me and you snack a lot, hang it on your cupboard or your fridge. Like hang it somewhere where you're gonna see it all the time so that you know your exact vision for the next 30 days. Okay? You'll get it when you see it. It makes you want it really bad though. So. But that's yours. But Brooke wanted 5 minutes. So here's her 5, you guys. My eyes were off.
Really quick, before Brooke comes up here.
Okay, so Lisa's my director, and I love her dearly. And I'm gonna cry because 2 days ago I texted her and I said, Lisa, I can't do it anymore. And your movie, and between you and Nora, you guys are gonna kick my butt in the red.
Amen.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I love you.
I love you too. I'm so proud of you.
The other night.
Make things count.
Yeah.
Intention.
I just want to say thank you because I feel like
Sure.
thank you for being
Whoop.
there. Because like
Missing
the
some.
other day we were like,
Got one.
I don't know how to do it. She's like, okay, I'm eating nachos right now. I'll call you right after. I gotta figure out. Like, I know that she's like very busy, but I just appreciate your time and I value that because like you're always there, and I know that probably is for a lot of women.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, yeah. You can do whatever. Jazz, can you come up here, baby? So it's so funny last night because the brides walked in. We were like, hi, bye. And I'm just excited because, you know, our fall advance has looked different every single year. Sometimes we've done it 2 days. Sometimes we've done it 1 day. Last year, corporate came. And most people were only doing virtual. And I just, this laid on my heart. And I said, we can still do this, you guys. But it's just going to look different. Mm-hmm. And I was telling, I think it was Lisa, when you were going to get food yesterday, I said, I'm so blessed that God downloaded that into me because this is the only way it would have worked. I mean, look at the size of this group. Yeah. There's no way that we could have done all 3 things. Our girlfriend in Kalamazoo, her venue canceled her fall advance. We knew that we had to do it here. Andre actually said, we got to do it here in case things get shut down and all of that. But it has been so awesome to watch these women work. And what was also downloaded was have groups of people work together. So if you're like, why was Allison and Christine and Jen and Brooke, like they didn't train? Well, last night, Allison and Jody and Jasmine trained, and Missy. This afternoon, Christine and Jen and I trained, and then you guys got them. And so it was a collective, you guys. We always pray that our circle just gets bigger. Mm-hmm. You guys want to be a sales director. I'm telling you, the influence. I can't wait for you to watch Kim's live tomorrow night. She is the 9 o'clock, so that's a little plug. And she sat in the back seat last night, and she said, I needed this. And Lisa said, you needed this, and you didn't even know you needed this. It looks different inside the circle. It's crazy.
It is.
It is. We laugh a ton. We stretch each other. So when Lisa was talking about your circle is this big, you guys, we know each other's families. Like this is us living life together. I was in the birthing room of Andrea giving birth to Grace. I've seen Andrea in ways that you have not. Yeah. Andrea. I'm so blessed. Beyond measure.
Yes.
I'm too blessed
to be stressed. On days where like, oh, I could pull my hair out. Like this is for so much more than you guys. When you walk into those skincare classes, and I'm just so grateful to learn. I'm like grabbing my notebook. You guys saw me. I was like, I gotta grab them. Like, what am I doing just standing here holding the wall up? Like, I gotta grab my notebook. They feed me. They challenge me, and I'm so grateful. And so we match too. We like to do matching things if you haven't seen. So I've got a little present for each of them with their little. So Jen, if you can come on up a second. And Missy. There you go, baby. And I'll, some of you guys' cards fell way down. Lisa.
Thank you.
And don't open it yet, you guys. They'll open it in a second. Andrea, both your little. And you have your birthday present in the other one too. And Ashley. Oh, I know this is dressing because I know people, their personality. And Ken, Mama,
I love you.
I love you, baby. And Christine. And sorry, you know, put up here. You guys can open it, and you gotta open it and like put it. Oh, what is this? Oh, I love it. Ooh, yeah. Oh, look at us. We're gonna put. It's so pretty. It's the perfect weather in here for